And these last two reasons, to me, I feel like are the most important reasons why we're seeing this trend of gray divorce happening and growing in the new millennium. And that is changing expectations and societal changes. So let's talk about changing expectations. You know, it's only recently that happiness really was a factor in relationships and like staying together. You know, now happiness is a factor. You can tell somebody, you know, why did you get divorced? And you can and you can tell them, because I wasn't happy. And people will be like, oh, okay. Back in the day, if you told someone that you got a divorce because you weren't happy, they'll be like, what the hell are you talking about? Because how you felt didn't matter. You know, it was more about the utilitarian nature of the relationship. It was more about, what does it provide for you? Do you have a roof over your head? Do you have a father or a partner for a mother for your child? Is your partner going to work? Is your partner, you know, doing their job at home? Like that was the criteria. And if those things were checked, if those boxes were checked, then nobody gave a damn if you were happy. You were happy just because you had a man who was going to work every day. Okay? But societal expectations have happened when it comes to marriage. And people expect love to be a part of it. People expect happiness to be a part of it. And happiness and unhappiness is a valid reason for leaving a relationship now. Whereas before, they would tell you to suck it up, Bookie. They would be like, who cares if you're happy? Does he provide? Does he beat you? You should just be happy he doesn't beat you. And the last one, societal changes. Now, this is another major factor in why we're seeing such a growth in divorce amongst these gray 50 and older couples. Gray divorce, right? Societal changes, right? Back in the day, it was expected that you were going to get married, you were going to have kids, and you were going to stick it out to that marriage, right? What happened if you got divorced, especially as a woman? You were ostracized, right? You were isolated. You know, people labeled you and judged you, and you were, you know, pushed to the outskirts. You were labeled a spinster, which ironically, do you know the roots of the word spinster? Do you know what it really meant originally? Spinster originally meant a woman who was so good at spinning wool or spinning, you know, cotton, I don't know, spinning thread, that she was financially independent. So originally, a spinster was, I don't want to say it was a good thing, but it was describing a phenomenon of a woman who was so good at what she did that she could be financially independent. She didn't need a man. She ain't need a man. And what happened? Popular culture took that term and spun it and twisted it. And now it has a negative connotation. You're a spinster. And, you know, spinsters always trip me out because, you know, they were so demonized, right? In literature, in movies, in media, in society, right? They were so demonized. And it was like one day, you know, when I started understanding like I said, the con job that is marriage, when I started understanding the hustle that women have been hustled by, you know, the spell of love, the love spell. Come on, honey. When I started realizing that, it was like, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. The spinsters, the joke was on us, not the spinsters. The joke was on us. They were out here living their best lives. They didn't have no man telling them what they could do, where they could go, what they could wear. No man beating on them. No man cheating on them. No man emotionally neglecting them. No man emotionally and verbally and emotionally abusing them mentally. They could take care of themselves. They were independent. They owned their own shit. INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means? She got her own house. She got her own car, 2 jobs, work hard. She a bad broad. Come on. And that's exactly what these spinsters were. They were the original INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means? Look up spinster, y'all. We got bamboozled. All right. And I think that's just such an interesting thing. But back in the day, you know, if you were a single woman over a certain age, you were looked down upon. You were shunned by society. And that was a major, blow that you had to accept if you decided that you did not want to settle down with a man. You had to accept being ostracized by society. And that, that can sometimes be the difference between life and death for people. And now society has changed. You know, it is not expected for women to get married as soon as they freaking graduate from high school. It is not expected that you get married if you're 25 and you're not married, you're you're a spinster, it's too late. No, people are getting married later, right? People are getting married later in life. Also, the expectations that you have to stay in an abusive marriage. You have to stay in a bad marriage or in a marriage that just makes you plain unhappy. Unhappiness is enough for you to say, I don't want it anymore. And you won't be ostracized and judged for it. And these older people, especially older women, because let's be real, it is women who overwhelmingly initiate divorce. I think it's something like 70% of divorces in this country are initiated by women. So it is typically women who are sitting here who are no longer worried that they're going to be ostracized and have to deal with the negative social consequences of being single or being a divorcee. A divorcee. Oh my God. Remember the scandal of divorcees? I mean, a whole king had to abdicate his throne because he wanted to marry a divorcee. And that was just so scandalous in the 1930s. Or 40s. I think it was 30s or 40s. Isn't that something? Ain't that some shit? So societal standards have changed. You know, we know now that it's not a one size fits all approach to everything. Everybody doesn't have to get married. Everybody doesn't have to have kids. It's not required. Also, getting married later in life. That's another aspect of the societal change. Getting married later in life. Okay? Like the later you're getting married, the more you know yourself, the stronger of a foundation you have as an individual. So the stronger of a foundation you as a couple will have. Right? So yeah, that's another aspect of this. Another aspect that I skipped was financial issues and infidelity. That's another thing that great divorcees are dealing with a lot too when it comes to retirement. You done been with this motherfucker for how many years? 20, 30 years. And now you're ready to retire and you find out this fool got a whole secret account. You find out while you're trying to put all your shit together to get your retirement funds together that this motherfucker has been siphoning money and stealing money from you. You find out that you guys are just not on the same page when it comes to retirement. And so that's another major factor in gray divorce, guys. Financial issues and financial infidelity.